QVC. All right, Bernini, they have such great garden and outdoor products. Remember those famous fountains that we love? Well, they also, I had no idea till Jack told me that somebody on their team invented these expandable metal hoses. Are you really? I was shocked. 50? Yeah, the sister. Okay, so I was like, my jaw just kind of dropped because I'm like, okay, so this is the original company. That's so cool. All right, 100 feet sold out. 50 and 75 feet. That's your choices right now. It is a full-on, no kink, never kinking, expandable metal hose with the adjustable fireman style spray nozzle. So many things to talk about, but let's go through color choices. We have it in moss. We also have it in cobalt, graphite. Oh, I love the lavender. And finally, we have it in sand. Okay, do you want 50 feet or the 75 feet? Over 44,000 sold. Jack Yiser, come on in. Come on in. Jack, Jonathan and I were just talking like, yes, was it your sister? Tell us the story. So
yes,
cool.
So
I love hearing that.
It was my sister. She was the one that came up with the idea for the metal garden hose.
Wow.
And then over the years, we've been expanding it, no pun intended, and growing it into something like the expanding metal garden hose. And you can see one of the things that we wanted was we wanted to make sure that this was so easy to use in your garden. You wouldn't want to have any other garden hose. It's super lightweight, super flexible. As you can see here, it's absolutely floating across the ground in my garage right here. But I think the biggest thing to point out, and this is, to me, my favorite part about a metal hose, is the no kink factor.
Yes.
So you think about your rubber hose, where if you just did this, you'd stop the water, right?
Yep.
Hitting this like 180-degree bend,
you almost need a second person over there on the other side. Can you please unkink the hose?
Exactly. You need to ask them to do it for you.
Yeah.
You need to work back all the way and find what's stopping the water pressure.
Exactly.
But with this, I have this hose tied in so many knots. I have, I think, 40 to 50 knots in this hose. And yet, I want to show everyone at home, I'm still getting all the water pressure I need. There's no change in pressure. Look, I can still get the full blast.
The jets.
And I can still get my more fine mists. And that's what's so amazing about a metal hose. A lot of different garden hoses will claim that, oh, our hose won't kink, our hose won't do this, our hose won't do that. You could tie this hose in knots and it would still work just fine. So I don't think you have anything to worry about a few bends or kinks in the way. And then the other thing that I think is so nice about these is this stainless steel is so slippery that it actually doesn't tangle itself very easily. So I had to work really hard to get that in that many knots. And even then, the hose still flows water. And that's what's so amazing. You get something that's durable, lightweight, easy to use, and you'll never have to worry about water not going where you want it.
Can you come over, look at that, never kinking. It's almost like a snake. Do you see that, Jack? It's like a little snake, right?
Oh, yeah.
Never kinking on that. But I also want to show you, would you be able to do this at home? I mean, one-handed. Guess what? This is 50 feet of hose, Jack. Is this like 5 pounds? 50 feet, you're not losing any of that power or the pressure. And by the way, we're also throwing in that fireman hose, so you don't even have to worry about that. Oh, Jack, there's so much to talk about. Corrosion, puncture, UV resistant, but you know what else I love? That it expands, right? You can connect it, make it longer, because the 100 feet sold out already.
Exactly. So there's two parts to that. There's the expansion story, which is where the 50-foot hose is actually something more like 30 to 25 feet. And so when there's no water pressure in it, it's just like those fabric expanding hoses where it'll contract down to be more compact.
Oh, that's
but
so smart.
with universal connectors, you can hook up 250 feet. If you really need 100 feet, you can connect 250 feet. You can do 50 and a 75. If you want to get funky and have like your longer and your shorter.
If you have a couple acres of land, you could do like 200 feet
you have a lot of options. And then to me, the biggest thing though, and why we came up, why my sister said, oh, I want to get
I'm scared
a metal
when you
hose.
do that. What?
Exactly. The reason that we did this was because you can see here, I've got barbed wire, I've got chicken wire,
scary.
I've got a hard-edged fence post. The problem with those expanding fabric hoses is often they pop, they're under immense pressure, and they don't have the strongest materials, and so they pop and they ruin your day.
They don't even have
but
good
as you can see here, no pop, no leaks. But watch, I can still turn the water on, but Notice this, no water came out. Now, why is that? That's because of our new piece right here. It's the on-off valve.
Oh, that's
and so I can turn the water on instantly and then turn it off instantly. And so that's what's so amazing. So let's say I want instant on, I can,
a lot of
and
pressure.
Then instant off.
Washing your car.
And that's what's so amazing.
Washing, your deck. Carrying it with you to an RV or camper. I love that adjustability, right? And that fireman's hose, and it's very ergonomic, right? Okay, we're gonna go through colors,
we have the new ergonomic handle as well.
Okay, here is cobalt blue, graphite, lavender, moss, and finally sand. Okay, Jack, walk me through the features. We've got a great video.
Exactly. So what you're seeing here is just the use of the new ergonomic handle. So again, it's a knobbed handle that's great to hold on to. It's got a good spot for your fingers. And then again, the on-off valve for automatic control of the water, adjustable fireman nozzle. That's amazing. We'll get to that in a second. But the comfort grip connectors, it's like a more potato, smaller grip. The patented power coupler. Now this is only on Bernini. It's a special strain relief system to make sure your metal hose will have no issues. We're the ones that invented it. We know what goes wrong. That's why we have the patented power coupler. But again, here you can see just how nice it is to use the new handle on your hose with the on-off valve. And then this is the power that the fireman nozzle gets you. So you get not just this powerful spray, but you also get a soft spray as well. But that power that you get from that is enough to hit second floor windows, clean off your window screens, blast all that dirt and grime away. And then not only that, but it's powerful enough to use on your car. And then the other thing that I like about it too is because you get that mix of a jet spray and the more soft wash is because sometimes you don't need a jet spray every time you wash your car. Sometimes you need a softer spray. But to me, the biggest thing that makes a difference is I know whenever I have to go work in the garden or when I have to go work in the yard or do any watering, the hardest part about using a garden hose is wrapping it up. It has nothing to do with actually pulling it around. It's always, whenever it's time for the day to be done, just getting it on the reel is difficult, right? Because it doesn't want to reel in. It doesn't. It gets bound up. I have to walk away from the reel 5 times
how many
just to
feet
straighten
is that?
the thing out.
How many feet is that, Jack?
Are
you doing like
115
150 feet, and he did it in seconds. Okay,
exactly.
So we got it in
I'm
moss.
not out of breath.
We got it in graphite. There it is in sand. There's the cobalt blue, lavender, moss. Thank you, Jack. And I love the handle. Look at the way it comes with that handle and hose as well. Still